Greetings and welcome to Hexed Encountered. It is Sports Saturday. I'm going to do a brief video here to talk about red, white, and blue racing. Obviously, I've done a couple videos the past 2 weeks showing racing from the very first season that was released by PLAAY for the SCRAM series, which is their fictional series, and that was the 2012 season. And I actually have the score sheet set up right here for race 3. But that's not what this video is going to be covering. What I wanted to do in this video is take a quick look at the 2025 set that was released fairly recently. And I picked it up as I really enjoy this game, and I really enjoy the SCRAM series, the fictional kind of create. It feels like you're creating your own history. The replay stuff is all well and good, and it's fun to play with, old seasons and remember maybe races or drivers that were favorites, or so on and so forth. But I do like the fictional stuff. So I actually bought this, and I asked for the 2013 and 2014 SCRAM seasons, which I did not have, and I have those as well now because, and I don't know if people know this or not, but anything that PLAAY, well, I shouldn't say anything, but I think it's anything within reason. There may be some exceptions, but things that they have printed in the past season-wise, card sets, you can send an email through their website and request pricing and so on from them for things that aren't listed, but that were listed in the past. So they only basically keep one season for SCRAM on, well, current SCRAM on the website. They do sell the 2 retro sets, the 1960 set and the 1995 set. Those are on the website as well as all the past seasons. But like 2024 is no longer available on the site. But I'm sure if you emailed them and asked them for the 2024 SCRAM set, they would easily be able to print it for you and send it along. So that's what I did. I got this plus the 2 retro seasons. So as is the general format for this, you get a recap here, which comes in, just a single sheet of paper that goes over a whole bunch of stuff that maybe happened or that they've set up for this season based on, changes to the roster. Maybe some events change and things like that. They've got a suggested 2025 race schedule, consists of 34 events. There's been a lot of reshuffling of the schedule, but it's mostly the same as 2024. And it says SCRAM higher-ups elected to retire the Dixie Regional Raceway from the schedule and replace that with a brand new state-of-the-art short track in Virginia Appalachian Raceway. So you do get a new Appalachian track, and we'll look at that here in a second. It's going to host the Camping King event, now known as the Camping King Outdoor Fun 300, while the Dot Cola 400 moves to the Western Frontier Raceway. It talks about the Hawaii All-Star Race, the sponsors, and all kinds of stuff. So it's very immersive to play the fictional stuff here. And this is the schedule, or the driver detail, rather. So this goes through every driver on the roster for 2025, and you'll have some new ones, and you have some that maybe dropped off as well. And you can see some of the the more famous ones, like the Pettis brothers. You've got Kevin up here, and his brother is on here as well. You've got Austin Bigler. Of course, now gone is the 99 driver, Wayne Montana. He's now gone. And his new replacement is Brent Tice, fast learner, startlingly effective in crunch time, proving to be a worthy successor to Wayne Montana. So you get a detail of all the drivers. And I think there were 54 of them, if I remember correctly. Here's the schedule. And there are 34 events plus the All-Star Race at the bottom. So you see the All-Star Race November 9th at the Aloha International Raceway. And you start off with the Ice Brew 600, Copper State 500, which has been kind of traditionally the second race on the schedule. I just did that one last week for the 2012 season, so you can tell that that's been around. Gulf Oil is actually the one that's up next for 2012, but that is the 4th race on this schedule, and it's no longer a 500, it's a 250 now. So you can go through and you see all the new ones. The Appalachian, the new Appalachian Raceway shows up in week, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. I'm probably missing it. There it is. Camping King Outdoor Fun 300 on June 29th, race number 19. So you have your schedule, and then of course you have the driver cards. So let me turn these sideways here and just kind of briefly go over. You can see the colors, the ratings, etc. for all the various drivers. There are a whole bunch of them, as you would expect. 54, there's Austin Bigler, Matt Bush. Some of these names are familiar if you've played recent seasons, of course. Some of them have been around for a while. There's Jordy Pettis, and his brother, of course, is up here, Kevin Pettis. You can see Kevin's pretty good. Jordy is, if we read the driver detail again, Jordy is having a little bit of an issue this season. You can see he's got the X next to him, which always indicates the driver that doesn't race that car the majority of the time, like almost a replacement, because he had a preseason smash up and produces concerning health issues, will have limited laps in 2025. His replacement is Holly Hoisington, rising star, first year in SCRAM after much success in the B Series, and she takes over for Jordy Pettis. So that's one of the new faces, and it's an interesting wrinkle because the Pettis family has been a big part of SCRAM with representatives in the old, both the 60 set and the 95 set. The 60 set is their grandfather, and in the 95 set is their father. So again, you have Ray Bob Walker. He's been around for a while as well in there too. And then of course, here's the rest of them. So you can see some more familiar names, Moondog Hamilton, some of the names that they come up with. There's Joe Bob Walker, who is Ray Bob's son. And you've got, you can see the 74 with the X on it for Raul de Hoyos. So on. And then down here at the 99, you've got Brent Tice, who you can see has a pretty good card. So he's trying to be the worthy successor of Wayne Montana here for the 99 team. Of course, Wayne has been a big part of SCRAM since the very beginning. Last year was his retirement season. He has a rookie card in the 95 set. We also have, of course, some blanks. That's what I was showing there. If you're unfamiliar with the TV cards, you get the same cards with the same ratings in a yellow card to denote easily visible, make them easily visible, who are the TV drivers for each race. You can take a quick look at the tracks here. So here's the Aloha Raceway, which of course is the all-star race. It is a road course on the Hawaiian coast. Here's the new track. So this is the one I really wanted to show, the Appalachian Raceway. You can see its ratings here. You got the add problem at end of turn for the reflex check if you roll a 3, and a couple more symbols on here as well. Use TV last 3 turns for heat. And the one race that's here, as mentioned earlier, the Camping Kings Outdoor Fun 300, a 23-turn race. Most of the rest of them, as was mentioned in the recap, are pretty much the same. The usual suspects here. Heart of America. Some of these have been around a really long time. The Gulf Coast Motor Speedway. This is the 2025 version of it. It is an intermediate track on the U.S. Gulf Coast. Here is the 2012 version of that same track. So you can see them kind of side by side and see how they've changed, right? They no longer have the Chuck's Potato Chips 400, so they don't have a second race anymore. You can see the distance has changed a little bit. It's 1.5 now. It was 1.34. You got a little bit more details here, and it tells you the race number now as well. So this has race number 4 on the schedule. This does not have that, but you do have the 20. I do have the 2012 schedule, which is right here. Also had 34 races. You can see it's a little bit less detailed maybe than what's on the the current one from back in the original set. So you can see somewhat of the evolution of the game here. Then you've got the 100 race rules that were developed for the classic seasons, going back to like 60s, 50s, and the kind of dirt track racing. So you've got house rules for the, or rules rather, for the Houseman 250. And these are the remainder of the tracks. So that's the track cards. Then I also picked up the B series. I like to grab the B series. The last few sets I've bought that have B series, I bought the B series. So it's basically the the rough equivalent of the the secondary series. And it basically just, these are the drivers who either were old school, old drivers that maybe have they don't want to hang it up yet, but they aren't they don't have the chops to race on the top circuit anymore, so they're racing in the secondary circuit. I mean, this comparison sentence here is really a good description, I guess. In football terms, it's like comparing the 80s at USFL to the 80s NFL. Fun to watch, even though the overall talent level wasn't as strong. So this is Keith's note on his goal to create the B series. It was first done as a holiday PDF release to add to that legacy, bringing the B series and Scramatures together in their own unique card set. So the other thing to note with these B series cards is that they don't really meld in with the A series guys, because of the they're designed to be used within a B series context. So gold, silver, bronze trophy symbols should have minimal impact in the regular SCRAM races. If you want to graft B series drivers into SCRAM feature events, you should either ignore the trophy symbols entirely during race week procedure, or use a 6-sided die to determine whether they're in effect. I'd suggest a 1 for the trophy to count. The idea is it should be a challenge for these drivers to qualify for a top level SCRAM race. So that's that. Then you've got driver details for them as well. And one of my favorites is Dick Exum here, who is old school. He's in the 95 set. He's in the 2012 set. He's the generational SCRAM garage patriarch, still rubbing and racing in his 60s. So he's an old guy, but he's hanging on, still getting out there trading paint. And I think that's a lot of fun. And so you've got a whole list here, 54 drivers, the same as the A series. And some of these names will become SCRAM drivers. That's kind of what Keith has done since he started introducing the B series. Some of these will show up. You'll have guys who or drivers who drop from the A series to the B series, like Dick Exum. So it's like I said, it's a mixture of up-and-comers and kind of journeymen and old timers still looking to do some racing. So speaking of Dick Exum, here's his B series card. Now this gold trophy, as we just mentioned, would be if I were playing and I wanted to put him in one of the SCRAM races, the A series races, I would take Keith's suggestion and roll a die. If he got a 1, he'd be able to use his gold trophy. Maybe he had a good day, caught some of that old glory, lightning in a bottle, and would have a better chance of qualifying. You can also see that Ray Hinoyosa has a card here. I think he has a card on the A series. There are some of them, I think, that are X's maybe on the A series, driving as a secondary driver on some of these teams. But you see, you get 2 sheets of drivers, almost 2 full sheets of drivers. And you get the extra cards if you wanted to create some of your own. That's a neat little touch that Keith adds to his sets. And here, of course, are the TV cards for all the drivers. So that is a look at the 2025 SCRAM set here from PLAAY Classic. And just wanted to do that and give you guys a look at it. I may do some more stuff on that. I've also been leaning towards doing something with Face to the Mat, so you may see something from that too very soon. It was a year ago, almost. Well, it was 52 weeks ago exactly. It was March 2nd, 2024, when I did my gameplay video for Face to the Mat. So it's been a year, because I'm doing this on March 1st. So both of those would have been, I guess. Well, I don't know. Was March 2nd a Saturday last year? I'm not sure, but we have a. It's been a year, so I might do something else, maybe with the 80 set or something like that, because I did something with the 70 set last year. So that's going to do it. I have rambled on long enough. I hope you found this somewhat interesting if you're considering jumping into the SCRAM universe, or you just have played in the past and wanted to see what 2025 maybe looks like a little bit, give you a brief preview. Keith, of course, has already done his own on the PLAAY Space channel that he has on YouTube, so you can always check his stuff out there. Obviously, getting it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, is always probably beneficial. But yeah, he does a good job. They have pretty good production quality as well over there, with Keith and Sam working as a team. So you can check that out if you'd like. But as I said, I hope you found this interesting. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them. I will do my best to answer. But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe. This is Hexed Encountered. And until next time, as always, happy gaming.